Hello and welcome to this week's edition of ELCAT News. I'm your host, Jen Carlos. During this week's Town Council meeting, Sara J Tabata, a resident of Lennox Circle in East Longmeadow, discussed the town's trash removal contract along with its 35-gallon barrel limit.
I just came because as a concerned citizen, because we've been, as I'm sure a lot of other people have been getting, we have a 50-gallon trash bucket, which is one of those really sturdy ones that last for decades or lifetime, whatever they say. The recycling contract is up for renewal in 2019, and I was hoping that we can do something about this. One of the items that I wanted to propose, which I think would be a good idea, to move East Longmeadow into a more recycle/waste-friendly community, would be the concept of composting. I just wanted to also say that my concern is, as a family, we don't have a big family, and we try to recycle as much as possible, but to have 3 bags, but this is what it fits into the 35-gallon container, is just, it's an incredibly low amount. My proposal to this would be, can we do something with our new contract to make it more friendlier for the town in terms of the size? Maybe even, think about, and I don't know, I haven't gone into the cost, but maybe something that would be a little bit more costly for us as a town, but meaning we'll have reduced amounts of bags that we're going to have to go and buy. And I'm sure administering these bags in all these different stores has its cost as well. So that's basically my proposal and what I wanted to voice as a concern today.
With the trash contract just a year out, our health department, who will be evaluating that contract, is it?
Health and I.
Health department
Correct.
and the town manager. I am sure that all of that will be taken under consideration, and the cost factor will be balanced against, as you said, bigger barrels, less green bags, or how to, find a happy medium where everyone is amenable to it, to the extent that you can please everyone. But at the same time, sensitive to the recycling obligations, as well as to the dumping fees that the town has to pay for trash removal.
Certainly composting, we talked to the trash company a couple of weeks ago, we had a big meeting with them. They said right now composting is not something that they do, and that it is very, very expensive. I think at the state level, it's not available at this time. Something that they're looking into, because trash is going to be a bigger issue every year.
Also at Tuesday's meeting, Town Manager Denise Menard introduced Scott Burns, recently hired as the town's new Emergency Communications Center Director.
It is not just since November 19th, even when he was still employed by his previous town, which was Holyoke. He was working on things for us here as well on his days off. So, Scott?
Thank you for having me here today. I'd like to thank Town Manager Denise Menard, Police Chief Jeff DeLessio, Fire Chief Paul Morissette, and IT Director Ryan Quimby for offering me the opportunity to serve the residents of East Longmeadow as their Public Safety Communications Director. As you'll see from my biography of experience, I've spent 18 years working in the city of Holyoke, outside of Springfield, probably the second busiest call center in the area by volume of calls and types of service. I mean, you just have to read the paper to see the kind of stuff that I've dealt with over there day to day. I bring experience in training and hiring and scheduling personnel from there.
The Communications Center will be responsible for civilian dispatch of emergency services, which have been handled for many years by uniformed police officers.
And the transition to civilian dispatch here in town will allow police officers and firefighters who are currently assigned to those duties to be freed up for other assignments. This will hopefully save the town and direct overall personnel costs as a result. As part of the transition, I've taken steps to implement wireless 911 so that the East Longmeadow Emergency Communications Center will now join approximately 171 other public safety answering points in the state, directly receiving their own cellular 911 calls rather than having them transferred to the state police as they currently are. That means that when someone calls 911 on their cell phone in town, those calls will come directly here to someone who is familiar with the town's geography, streets, landmarks, businesses, and that can result in saving valuable time in an emergency situation.
Menard also announced the winner of the 125th Anniversary Committee's logo contest.
Congratulations to Susan Nichols
Maciarowski.
Maciarowski, thank you, who submitted the winning design, and I sent it along to everybody, and there's a copy of it. She described the entry as representing the anniversary's theme of historic past, new beginnings, by depicting, quote, our quarryman stepping out of the Old Town logo into 2019. He's rolling up his sleeves and ready to continue working for East Longmeadow's future. There's a second logo, a secondary logo, and that is this, which will be for commemorative coins and things like that on the back side.
4 residents submitted designs: Makarowski's first place entry, Richard Edwards runner-up, an oval design drawn by David Turnberg, and an entry by Christine Fellows. The designs will be displayed at the town hall or the library as part of the celebrations marking the beginning of the town's 125th anniversary. The council voted to establish a commission on disabilities for the town, prompted in part by accessibility issues around town that impact the disabled. Senior Center and Council on Aging Director Carolyn Brennan told the council that the opportunity for grant funds could assist the town with projects such as an elevator for the town hall, but that the primary goal is to make the town more responsive to the needs of those with limited mobility.
And the primary purpose of it is not to have it formed so that we can get grant money. The primary purpose really is to have that commission that many communities in the Commonwealth have, to be an advocate for those living with a disability.
It's obviously something that cities and towns appear to be moving forward to embrace.
Yes.
That's a fair statement.
Is this a good thing for us to do? And in my opinion, it didn't seem to be something that was necessary. We have more information now from Carolyn, indicating that some of the risks that I foresaw in my letter, which I expressed in the last time I was here. Perhaps some of those are being met.
The litmus for me is, would we accomplish the same thing without the commission? And I don't think we would.
I'm in favor of the program. The reason I was asking the question is because it appears that it's gaining momentum. I mean, you have 50%
Yes, it
of
is.
the state. It hasn't been out there. I mean, the commission, these commissions haven't been, I don't think, formed since 1993. And so I think it's gaining momentum quickly, and I would advocate that it's a good program for the community.
Motion's been made and seconded. If there's no further discussion, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, please say no. The motion carries unanimously.
And finally, the council presented Town Manager Menard with its most recent performance evaluation.
In order to sync the cycle properly with the manager's anniversary date of the contract, to do a 6-month evaluation, which is what the council just participated in. According to our charter and our council rules, annually we have to conduct that report in open session. So I'm going to read a flavor of them now for the record, and with the caveat that this document, after Denise and I have an opportunity to sign it, will become a matter of public record. Okay, identifying 2 strengths. Attendance record at town council meetings and special EL town events. Putting forward East Longmeadow to both the community and government bodies in a positive way. Striving to modernize town hall and how things are done. Skill in dealing with department heads. Ability to work within budget demands. Ability to build a leadership team of department heads who work collaboratively toward common goals. Develop and implement succession planning to ensure that there is limited potential for the intellectual loss of employees through leave or change of position. Keep the council more in the loop, not just the council president, of top and middle personnel changes also. Keep working on obtaining grants. That said, Denise, thank you for all of the work you do. Having been in a similar situation, it is not easy to sit in an audience with a camera and listen to a critique of your performance. So due credit is given there as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. This is very fair, I think. I think I need some explanation or clarifications on pieces of it, because although it says, there should be 2 in each of these, there are, as you pointed out, 15 or 20?
Correct. If you would like to meet to get some clarification or input, I'm more than happy to do that.
Okay.
The East Longmeadow Lions Club teamed up recently with students in Cynthia Newsom's art classes at the high school to create 40 holiday ornaments to be displayed in the center of town in the coming weeks. Each student designed and painted their own unique holiday design on composite material donated to the Lions by Kelly Fredette Lumber. The ornaments will be unveiled on Friday, December 7th, when the club hosts its annual tree lighting on the Rotary, and the hope is to add them to the decorative street lamps in the center for the duration of the holidays. The tree lighting will start at 6 p.m. Now here's what's happening at the library this upcoming week. On Monday, December 3rd, from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. is an author talk with Don Nelson. Visit the library to watch Nelson pull back the cloak of the cover-up in Chappaquiddick tragedy, Kennedy's second passenger revealed. Registration is required. On Tuesday, December 6th, from 12:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. is a teen movie afternoon. This week, check out the film Ready Player One. Set in 2045 with the world on the brink of chaos and collapse, the public has found salvation in the Oasis, an expansive virtual reality universe. This film is rated PG-13. And on Saturday, December 8th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. is Upcycled Paper Flowers with Amber Ladley. All materials provided, but feel free to bring your own decorative accents for the center of your flowers. Please note, students in this class will need to use a hot glue gun. On Friday, December 7th, from 8 to 9 a.m., the Senior Center is hosting a blood pressure screening event. Nursing students from Elms College and Greenfield Community College will be there to take your blood pressure and provide you with information regarding blood pressure. And with the holiday season approaching us, consider donating to the Springfield-based 96th Annual Toy for Joy campaign. The Toy for Joy campaign is a collaborative effort by the Salvation Army, the Republican, and Mass Live. The goal is to raise $150,000 by Christmas Eve for families in need so their kids can find joy at Christmas with a toy under the tree. The Greater Springfield Citadel assists families from local communities including East Longmeadow, Agawam, and more. A reminder that the Health Department is now accepting the following batteries in specially marked containers at the library, the Council on Aging, and the Town Hall. These include button batteries, rechargeable batteries, cell phone batteries, lithium batteries, and mercury batteries. Alkaline batteries can be thrown out in your regular trash unless they are leaking or damaged. Finally, don't forget this week's East Longmeadow High School Winter Concert at the High School Auditorium this Wednesday, December 5th at 7 p.m. Birchland Park Middle School performs its holiday concert the following Wednesday, December 12th. Cost at the door for each concert is $5. That's it for this week's edition of ELCAT News. I'm Jen Carlos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.